Chad here with Purple Collar Life. We've been doing a lot of firewooding lately, but we also did a video about a year ago about these BioBricks. And these are something I can buy at a kitchen cupboard manufacturer near us. They sell them by the ton or by the pack, a set of 9. And several people have been asking about these BioBricks. How do you light them? How long do they burn? And for more information about them. Now, I keep these behind me just as an emergency supply of fire resource. So let's say we got 20 feet of snow. I couldn't get outside and get my firewood. I've got one row of a pallet right here in the basement I can just toss in to keep the fire going. A couple notes about these. They are pressed hardwood. They're all clean wood, at least the ones we get, because they're from kitchen cabinet makers. You've got to start them with kindling. They are not self-igniting. There's not like starting fluid or something on these that gets these burning. You need to have something that starts them burning. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we start these, and then we'll time how long does one pack of 9 burn in our catalytic combustion Buck 91 model wood stove. Now, starting a fire with these BioBricks is a little bit different than starting a fire with firewood. I'll show you what I found works best for me. I found the easiest way to open them is to twist the strap around, pull up on the inside where it's right melted together. There we go. You can see I've got some newspaper in here crumbled up. I'm setting my BioBricks to the side. Make a little bit of a retaining wall with them. So I'll use 4 for that. A note about the newspaper, you only want to use the white paper with the black print on it. Colored ink and the glossy paper are not great for in your wood stove, especially if it's got a catalytic combustion chamber like this one does. I set my longer kindling pieces, and this is just pine 1x and 2x pieces. But I set my longer ones across here to span my barricade, and then the shorter ones up on top. It does take some coals to get these BioBricks burning, so I do use more kindling when I'm lighting these. I do vent my basement window because of the tightness of our house, just to get a little bit of updraft going up through the chimney once the fire starts. And I like to tear some slivers of paper, set them up on top so that the heat goes up through the chimney faster and starts that updraft up through the buck stove. I open both of the air intake, make sure my damper's all the way out. I like strike-on box matches, better than an aim and flame. I keep feeding these strips just a little bit here in the beginning. Get that fire burning hot. Once I see the flames are going, you can see they're starting to come out towards me because I don't have an updraft yet. I'll close the door without sealing it. You can see my glass got pretty clean there, you saw in the intro. I just used wet paper towels with some ashes, and then I used an old sock, got it wet, got some ashes. And the ashes from the stove do a great job of cleaning off all that creosote and black on the window. Now, it's not perfectly clear, but it's pretty good. You can see that updraft pulling up through the kindling now, igniting those kindling pieces. Those will become the coals that we'll use to set these BioBricks up on. And now's a good time to remove them if you've had them sitting up on top like I do, because the top of the stove will get hot. You can see we've got the left airflow all the way open and the right airflow all the way open. The damper's all the way out, just letting that fire breathe. It's really relaxing and mesmerizing just to watch it. My door is still open, a crack here. You can see if I open it up, it kind of stops that updraft a little bit. But our coals are starting to form on the kindling, and you can see the BioBricks are starting to burn here towards that outside edge. So I'm going to throw a few bigger pieces of kindling in, just to get some good coals in there. Try to get some down there inside the barricade if I can. We'll let that burn down a little bit. At this point, since we've got that updraft going, I can go ahead and actually close the door. It'll pull air in through the intake and out through the chimney. We'll leave the damper all the way out for now until our fire gets burning a little bit more. So I usually set an Alexa timer or a timer on my watch for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come check this again. And now that I've got a draft going, I can close my basement window. Okay, it's now been a full 5 minutes with everything fully opened up. We are getting some heat here up on our thermostat, showing that we've got some heat in the chamber there. Still have everything open. I'm gonna go ahead and open that back up, and I can feel the heat coming out. But now is when I'm gonna put some more BioBricks in. They don't really have to be stacked or organized in any certain way. I do like to put them in that chamber at first, and then I just kind of put the other ones on top. You see that one fell off to the side. I'll use my shovel here, tip it upright at least. I'm going to go ahead and leave my air intakes on the left and right open, but I will close my damper about half to 2/3 way. Let the chamber heat up a little bit more. We'll come back and check it in 5 more minutes. There you can see we have all 9 BioBricks from that pack here in the stove. They are getting nice ash base on them, nice little coals along the sides. Like I said, I have the stockpile of the BioBricks just for emergencies, but some people, if you don't have time to cut firewood, or if you're not in an area where you can get firewood effectively, or you just simply don't want the mess of firewood, some people burn something like these BioBricks all throughout the winter. It's been another 5 to 10 minutes. Our temperature continues to go up in the catalytic combustion chamber of the stove. Once we're up to about 600 degrees, that's when it's safe for me to close the damper the rest of the way. But first I'm going to close the left side air intake. That's the intake that comes in right from the front, kind of, I call it like the torpedo, air straight in, feeding through. The right hand side air intake, I close down about halfway, and then I pull the damper all the way out, push it all the way in. On this buck stove, there's actually like a detent. So if you close it to the detent, you're not using catalytic combustion. If you close it the rest of the way, you are using catalytic combustion. So we'll go ahead and close that all the way and let this burn. We'll keep track of how long this fire burns with those 9 BioBricks. At some point I may need to rearrange them because that one got kind of stuck back to the right hand corner where I couldn't reach it with my shovel. It was too hot right now. But this is a good point. If you've gained something educationally, or if you're entertained or helped in any way by this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. If you've got comments about using things like BioBricks in your wood stove, we'd love to hear about them. Go ahead and leave that comment down below. And if you're not already a subscriber, we'd love to have you following us. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell beside it so that you get notified when we put out new videos. You can see some of that combustion effect. It's kind of burning the gas as they're coming up off of the BioBricks. It's one of the things we really like about this Buck Model 91 is that catalytic combustion. There you can see those gases burning on the top. I've closed the air vent almost all the way down. Love that flame. Little update here. It has been just over an hour since we started the fire. You can can see those gases are all burning off the top. Our 9 BioBricks are mostly still intact there, just kind of starting to separate a little bit. Right hand air intake and the left hand air intake are both down all the way in. The damper's in, and our stove temperature, let me grab a flashlight so you can see that. Our stove temperature is over 1,000 degrees, almost 1,200 degrees up in that catalytic combustion chamber, which is in the normal range. Check on it in another hour. Most of what you see in there is just coals now, but the BioBricks are still actually in there. It's just they are not burning with flames, but they're still providing good heat. Turn the light on here. We're still almost 1,000 degrees in the catalytic combustion chambers. There's a look at those BioBricks in there. You can see that one on the back corner right hasn't really burned. But I don't want to open this up and let all that oxygen in there now. I'm going to let it burn down a little bit more. It's been 2 hours. I'll check on it in 1 more hour. I'll pull that brick forward in the 3rd hour. So here's after 3 hours. You can see lots of coals in there. Let me turn the light on to show you what we're actually looking at. Still quite a few squares of the BioBricks in there. That one at the back, still mostly intact. Our temperature of the catalytic combustion chamber is right at 700 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and open the door. We'll move some things around and pull that back brick forward. I want to get that back piece pulled forward to give you a better idea of how long 9 bricks will burn on their own here in the buck stove. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the damper. Try to push everything into the center a little bit. Yeah, this brick here in the front is still in really good shape. There's another one here in the back. We've got lots of good material in there left to burn. You forget how hot this hardwood pressed wood burns. So you can see I've kind of pressed that into the center a little bit. We'll get more burn time out of it that way and good heat. I still have my air intakes closed almost the whole way down. Left one's the whole way in, right one's open just a little bit. Got my damper closed now. After 4 hours, still some nice coals in there. I'll open up the air inlet just so you can see the coals on the BioBricks there. You can see as soon as the air gets into them, they light up pretty good. You can see with the flashlight pointed in here, these actually almost look like they're all burnt down, but they're not. They've still got quite a bit of burn time left in them. We are still at right about 600 degrees, so the catalytic combustion is still happening. The larger BioBrick is still at the back. I need to pull it forward a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up and do that. It'll give us more burn time out of these bricks. But again, this was still the original 9 BioBricks in that one pack that I lit at 3:30 p.m. It is now 7:38 p.m. So over 4 hours later, that original 9 pack is still doing really well. Alice wanted to make sure she was in the video today also. Come on, kitty, I'm going to open this up. Go back. If you can see, that compressed wood is still in nice big chunks. And it's best if you can leave it in those chunks as much as possible. And it is so hot, you can't feel the heat on camera obviously, but those are putting out a tremendous amount of heat. Here we are 5 hours later. If I open up that shotgun air vent, fresh air going in, you can see the coals get hotter, but there's still lots of BioBrick in there. Now remember, if I didn't open it up and move these around, they would probably actually last longer. I want to give you ideas on, at each one of these increments, how much of these BioBricks are left. The longer they can stay compressed together, the longer they'll keep doing just what you're seeing there, which is just burning those little embers off of the outside of what's left of the bricks. Provides a ton of heat. Keeps this buck stove pouring the heat out the blower and heats the house. So again, after 5 hours, still quite a little bit of those 9 BioBricks available. Okay, we're at 6 hours now since we started this fire. I opened the air intake up just a little bit so you can see the coals still in there. Go ahead and open the door here so you can see there are still good chunks of brick in there intact. Pull these little chunks forward, and that's still producing a good amount of heat. If I throw a couple little scraps of wood in here, you'll see they'll catch right on, and we'll be able to watch them burn on top of the existing BioBricks. Pull a little bit of draft through there. You can see those coals lighting up. I'll turn these lights out. There you can see my pine kindling caught right on, still nice and hot in there. But what I found with these BioBricks, now would be the time you'd throw 9 more in typically. But for this experiment, we're just seeing how long will the original 9 last. Now you see I just threw a little bit of kindling in there, so that'll add a little bit of coals to it, but not significant compared to the compressed hardwoods of those BioBricks. So we'll let them burn another hour. We'll check on them. This will be the 7th hour the next time you see them. I don't know if you'll hear it on the video, but the blower is still blowing. You can see we do have coals in there. It is now after 10:30, so 7 hours after we started this fire. I did open the right-hand side damper up just a little bit to let some more air in there because the BioBricks were no longer giving us that nice orange glow that means they're putting off heat and still burning. So they needed a little bit more air. So I've done that here. 8 hours later. Well, it's 8 hours later. Those 9 BioBricks, all that we put in here for the last 8 hours, except for that little bit of kindling at the beginning, and then when I showed you an update midway through. There are still quite a few coals in there. Go ahead and open the door here. You can see that's how much of those 9 BioBricks. Still a little bit of a mound there in the center of the stove. That'll keep burning throughout the night. But you would have wanted by now to add more firewood or BioBricks on top of this. It is still producing heat. We are at somewhere around 300 or 400 degrees in the combustion chamber, so there is no more catalytic combustion at this point. It's just burning like a regular wood burner. If you wanted to keep a higher heat level, you'd need to put more fuel on the fire there. But I'm pretty impressed that here we are all these hours later, and those original 9 BioBricks have provided this much heat so far. It's nice and warm down here in the basement. It'll continue to heat here for a while. I did open the air intake up a little bit more so that more air goes in there and keeps those coals burning. But like I said, typically this would be where you'd add, at least by now, more fuel to the fire to make more heat come out. Especially a stove like this one, you want to keep that catalytic combustion chamber burning as long as you can to get the most bang for your buck off of your fuel. So hopefully this video helped you out if you weren't sure how to light BioBricks or how long they burn when you buy those packs of them, or if you buy a ton of them. Right now, a ton of them around here is just about $300, a little bit less than $300. It's actually more than a ton. It's a 4 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot pallet full of them, and that supposedly equates to more than a cord of firewood. So just FYI, if you're considering that, I don't think we'll get out of firewooding anytime soon, but this does make you think. Here we are, 8 hours on 9 BioBricks. That's pretty good payoff. So if you like videos like this, give us a thumbs up, comment down below. If you thought the BioBricks would last that long, it's after 11:30 at night here, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed, but I was impressed with how long these have gone so far. I'd say they'll probably go another hour or two, would be my guess, before they're just pretty much ash on the ground. Maybe 3 hours, I'm not sure, but somewhere around that range. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again the next time. There you can see how much is left. Still quite a bit in there, actually. That's probably one partial brick there on the floor of the burning chamber. We've got one here on the left-hand side and one on the right-hand side, and the heat coming out of there is actually still pretty good. So I'm going to say these would probably go for another 2 hours or so, as long as I keep that air intake open a little bit to get some air in here and keep those coals burning. Here's a little bonus footage for you. I stayed up another hour. It's now 12:30. So that's 9 hours. And there's still that center mass of some burning coals. But our fire is down to about 200 degrees.